Hello everyone, my name is Ngọc Ngô and my student ID is 19208832. I'm here to present to you the research proposal for proposing research plan for searching and determining market potential for Jolie's company new hair product, the product that combining between shampoo, conditioner and styling in one. Let's begin. So the executive summary here, I will present to you the purpose of this research. Jolie's company is the Australian cosmetics company that has strong sale in hair product, shampoo, conditioner, and styling product, such as. And this company recently has developed a new generation of hair product, the product that combines shampoo with conditioner and styling. So the question here are who would be the potential customers for Jolie's new product and how the company can approach to this customer. This research would suggest what and how the company can collect the information they need to achieve their marketing goal. And here the table content, we will look at the background, the research objective, and we will introduce how we design the research, the method we use for data collection, the sampling, and finally we will propose the rules for proposing question. First, at the background, we will look at two things for the secondary research. First, we detecting the customer demand based on the conditioning product for hair care need. Second is the brand loyalty. The third one is the demand for the convenient. And then we detecting the core value for Jolie's company new product. In the raising in health concern among consumers, one study in 2015 about Australian buying behavior for daily products showed that when Australians would prefer the daily product that brings the most benefit, such as multifunctional kind of product. Moreover, a study about personal care industry in 2020 showed the interest for organic and health-friendly personal care product of Australian people have rising. Therefore, a shampoo product that can combine extra function that related to user health, such as conditioning, should be preferred. Second is the requirement about brand that they used to. The study in 2002 suggests that Australians would hate to spend time or effort to study a new daily product. Instead, they would rather to choose the product that they are normally used and it fits their demand. It's called the brand loyalty. However, the study of cosmetics in Australia in 2020 shows the domination of international manufacturers like P&G and Unilever, which show the highly competitive level in the cosmetic product market. The demand for convenient factor. The study of Australian Bureau of Statistics showed that the total amount of time spent for work had increased, especially the men and women between 25 to 54 years old spend at least 5 hours a day for their work. And between two genders, women struggle the most in managing their time. They have to divide their time to work and to take care of family, especially when they have children under 5 years old. This could be the potential customer for the new product of Jolie's company. Then we move to the research objectives. Here we suggest two objectives for this research. The first one is to determine the brand awareness of consumer to Jolie and their brand affinity. If the brand have a good reputation or else, then the research can decide an appropriate marketing strategy. The second objective is to detecting the customer need from the group of customers that have no experience with products of Jolie's company. All three factors to measuring this objective are health concern, convenience, or unique multifunctional product preference. Then, based on the objective, we suggest 7 research questions based on among the Australian consumer, what's their target segment for Jolie's company new product? This question can be split into three small questions. Is that the working hours are increasing? Would the Australian men and women have demand for multifunctional hair products? Would the Australian men and women have small children would have demand for multifunctional hair product? Or did they mention about the number of children that would affect the demand for multifunctional hair product of Australian consumer? And would the Australian consumer with the concern about health issue would prefer to buy a multifunctional hair product that combines the conditioner? And what is the core value that the company would use for their product? And then we formulate 5 different hypotheses to serving the purpose of checking and answering the research question we have presented above. The hypothesis would focus on the relationship between the age of children in one family to the amount of time one person spends for personal care routine. Second hypothesis is the relationship between the number of children in one family and the total time spent for personal care routine. The third hypothesis is the relationship between the time spent for personal care routine and the degree of demand for multifunctional hair care product. The fourth is the correlation between health concern degree of Australian person with the degree of demand for multifunctional shampoo. And the final hypothesis is the positive correlation between the level of satisfaction of customer with Infinity brand and the buying intention for Jolie's new product. The research design is based on the descriptive research to detect the market segment and determine which segment is the target customer for company news product. First, the researchers would design the sample size and choose the appropriate data collecting method. The next step is to collect the data based on the plan researchers modify. The data collected would be examined and analyzed properly. Finally, the researchers would, based on the result of the analysis process, to present the conclusion and the answer for the research problem. The variable to serve for the research purpose is the first is measure about the health concern. The variable to collect is the level of concern among consumer and the level of certain that they would buy the product. The second variable measuring the needs of the customer is the belief for the brands. The third description measure is the time routine factor of a person. This factor is described under 2 variables, working time and time spent for child caring. The data collection process, we using 2 methods for the data survey collection, that is telephone interview and web survey. First of all, the research objective is to provide the broadened view of market potential for new product. Therefore, the first priority is to collect the most data possible. And based on the popular social media and mobile phone, this telephone interview and web survey will serve the purpose. The second reason for using telephone and web survey is that most of the research question and the analyzing process only require the use of quantitative data. Therefore, we need no purpose to use the in-depth interview for the data collection process. The product of Jolie is going to launch is totally new and there are less information than reliable data or research about the market segment or the customer experience with this kind of product. Therefore, it is necessary to collect primary raw data about the potential market for this product. The primary data required for this research would not so difficult to collect. Most data is qualitative data, thus it would require less cost and time for collecting and analyzing process. The research would use cluster sampling, divide the total Australian consumer into smaller groups based on which city do they live in. The telephone survey would focus on the group of customers living in Melbourne based on the customer data of Jolie Company since the headquarters of Jolie Company is located in Melbourne City. The rest of city in Australia, the research would use the web survey to collect the data. And the sampling size would be calculated based on the calculation suggested by Australian Bureau of Statistics with 95% confidence level. This number required in each capital city of each state in Australia is 100, as we show the process in the table. And moving on the proposed questionnaire, the questionnaire will be designed for this research is based on this rule, asking about the gender, age, and their marital status of the candidate. The next question would target on discovering the need of customer with the multifunctional products. The final questions would focus on measuring how likely the customer would purchase Infinity's new product. And finally, the research would use the scale of 5 for measuring the qualitative factor. This is the rules that we would apply to build and design the questionnaire. And based on the questionnaire, we can sure to collect the data we need for the analyzing purpose, and the market manager of the Jolie company can use the data we collected for their purpose. Thank you for listening.